Hi, in this video we're going to look at treble clef note names. Before we start, there are a few basics that you need to know. The first is the musical alphabet. The musical alphabet goes from A to G and then it keeps on repeating itself after that. On a piano it looks something like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It sounds pretty simple, but there are a number of ways to talk about music. You can use scale degrees and you can use a solfege system. For most of this we're going to use musical alphabet. The second thing you need to know is a staff or a stave. They're the same thing, they're just spelt differently. A staff is 5 horizontal lines that you use to write music on. The last thing you need to know is a treble clef. On our stave, the second line from the bottom is going to be a G, and our clef tells us that that is a G, and it does this by starting on that line. After that, it does a bunch of twists and twirls, but really all it's telling us is that the second line from the bottom is a G. Now that we know these basics, we can look at reading some actual notes. So if we start with our note G, we want to go one higher than that. So we can't go to a H because there's no H in our musical alphabet, so we start again. So as we go up the alphabet. So after G comes an A, after A is B, C, D, E, F, G. You could go on with ledger lines, but we're going to do that in another video. On the way down, we're going backwards through the alphabet. So we go G, F, E, D, C, B, A. An alternate way to think about note names in the treble clef is to use an acronym and anagrams. For example, the spaces in the treble clef make the word face. F, A, C, E. The lines are not so easy. They have the letters E, G, B, D, F. But you can turn this into an anagram. One of the most common ones that teachers tend to use is excitingly greenish brown diarrhea fluid. I find it really easy to remember because you don't want to get that mixed up with your face. If we have a look now at reading some actual music, I have here in front of me a piece from Mozart. You can see here that there is a curly brace joining the treble clef together. This means that these two clefs are drawn at the same time, are played at the same time. We look at this first note after the treble clef. Remember that our second bottom line is a G. And we need to go count our way up the musical alphabet to get to that note. So here I'm going to go G, A, B, C. So my first note is a C, and I might mark that in so I remember that. From here, I can just count up again from C. So C, D, E to my next note, I'd write that in, and then from there I count up again. E, F, G. As I'm going up the alphabet. In the left hand, or the lower part, once again, I'm going to use a different way of reading these notes. So I'm going to use the every good boy. So the very bottom line is an every, or E. So we have an E, I'll write that in. And then we have a G for every good. And now you can see that there's a note lower than that. To get to that, I'm just going to count down the alphabet. So I'm going to start at E on the bottom line. E, D, C. And I'll mark that in. And together that should sound something like this.